Navigation is a fundamental daily behaviour for us all. It relies on the complex synthesis of processes that unsurprisingly leads to great individual differences in navigational ability. Some individuals remain well-oriented in complex novel environments, whereas others consistently take incorrect turns in known spaces. A key process that might account for this difference is the ability to employ different types of spatial cues to identify where locations are in the world around us. These cues are broadly categorized as either egocentric, describing the spatial relationships between external objects and the navigator, or allocentric, describing the relationships between external objects independent to the navigator. We use both of these cues in everyday navigation, but they can sometimes interfere with each other, such as when people make the same turn response when approaching a familiar landmark from an alternative direction. The use of allocentric and egocentric cues is commonly examined through tasks that involve learning a hidden location relative to different cue configurations, such as the Morris Water Maze. We use this method to assess the interaction between egocentric and allocentric cues in place learning. In a desktop VR task, participants learned a target location across 3 conditions that dissociated the reliability of allocentric cues, that is landmarks, and egocentric cues, that is the distance and direction to the target location from the starting position. In the control condition, both allocentric and egocentric cues could be used in conjunction to learn the target location. In the allocentric condition, only the landmarks could be used to learn the target location. In the egocentric condition, only the egocentric cues were reliable. For this condition, participants were assigned to landmark present or landmark absent groups. This directly tested the influence of allocentric landmark cues when they were irrelevant to task demands. The results in the controlled and allocentric conditions replicated our previous findings. Participants were most accurate in the control condition and demonstrated the greatest error in the allocentric condition. There were, however, group differences in the egocentric condition, with participants in the landmarks absent group finding the hidden location more accurately than those in the landmark present group. Analysis of path efficiency presented a similar pattern of results, with the least efficient paths observed in the allocentric condition and group differences in the egocentric condition. There was very strong evidence that participants in the landmark absent group took more efficient paths at test than participants in the landmark present group. This could be seen in Figure 1, which presents path data for egocentric trials. We can see participants in the landmark absent group in red finish their paths in a cluster around the target location, the green cross, whilst participants in this landmark present group, in blue, show greater variation in their paths. This experiment indicates that the ability to learn a hidden location using egocentric cues was disrupted by the presence of unreliable landmarks. These data highlight the difficulty that can arise in inhibiting unreliable navigational information. This provides further evidence of the importance of visual information in navigational behaviour, and also contributes to the scientific debate on the role of boundary information in navigation.